My Local Radio special sports presentation of Evanston Red Devil Sports. My Local Radio is leading the way, bringing you more events, highlights, and more athletes than ever before. From the pool to the links to the mat to the track, you'll find them all at mylocalradio.com. Evanston Sports is brought to you by Auto Farm Chevrolet, Dr. McKay Frankum DDS, West Star Printing, T-Bar S Body Shop, The Best Western Dunmar Inn and Legal Tender Restaurants, Hoover Chiropractic, Mountain West Business Solutions, Rocky Mountain Yeti, Evanston Regional Hospital, the Come On in Casper, Rocky Mountain Sign, Bear River Dental, Plains Tire, Uinta County School District Number 1, Ellingford Brothers, and by Freeway Tire. The field is set, the athletes are ready. Now let's take you there with the voice of the Red Devils, Elan Olliff.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the year 2020. Elan Olliff alongside Elmo Smith bringing you the first Evanston and Lyman boys swimming broadcast of 2021, where the Eagles and the Red Devils are here in Kemmerer to take on the Rangers. It's going to be a great way to start out the new year that all of us have high hopes for, and get ready to see some great performances by the boys you know and love. We're going to step aside. When we come back, we're going to have our pre-show on a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Red Devil and Lyman swimming on mylocalradio.com.
The best live coverage of local sports, weather, local news, and radio classifieds. Plus job listings, fun giveaways, and more. It's all on mylocalradio.com. Watch live as your high school teams clash with their biggest rivals. Listen to the latest from your team's coaches, catch up on local and regional news, and get accurate weather conditions and forecasts. Visit mylocalradio.com, like us on Facebook, and stream it all now.
When do you schedule doctor appointments?
In bed before I fall asleep.
In the car waiting to pick up my kids.
We can even do it after breakfast.
We all lead busy lives. Online appointment scheduling puts you in control. In just 90 seconds, you can make an appointment with a primary care provider or specialist at evanstonanytime.com. Select the day and time most convenient for you. Enter some basic information, and just like that, you're scheduled for care. Schedule appointments for next day and beyond at evanstonanytime.com.
Do you really think you can get a better deal on a vehicle in the city? Poppycock! Rocky Mountain Yeti is hungry for your business and will beat any bona fide deal on any vehicle, or they'll give it to you as a gift. Now that's legendary. Rocky Mountain Yeti Evanston, home of the 20-year, 200,000-mile legendary warranty, where legendary customer service is not a myth.
Receive the best service in the industry when you lease or purchase office equipment from the professional, friendly staff at Mountain West Business Solutions. With a guaranteed quick turnaround time, we will save you money, time, and energy with quality products and customer service that is unmatched in the industry. Serving customers in Wyoming and Utah, Mountain West Business Solutions is a local company with a toll-free number, 866-583-9925. Call us today.
Welcome back to Kemmerer High School, side of this matchup between the Evanston Red Devils, Lyman Eagles, and the homestanding Kemmerer Rangers. Joining me today, we have Elmo Smith. Elmo, we had a great time calling the Evanston Invite. I think we're going to have a great time being a part of this triple duel, I guess you could call it, between the Red Devils, the Eagles, and the Rangers.
Oh, I think it'll be great. It looks like we're going to have some real fast swimmers. I'm excited to watch some of these kids.
Well, we talked about it on the drive over here. Of course, Evanston, they've got Jackson Nichols, who's qualified for 2 events in state. Right now, he's the only one for Evanston that we could find. I know there's one more who qualified because he was the opening leg of a relay, but Jackson Nichols is a freshman. Everybody knows the story. Went out, medaled at state last year, just out the podium. He's looking for revenge this year, and he looks very strong to start the campaign.
Yeah, I can't remember who the other one was either. We've got some very strong swimmers in both in the other teams, so I think they'll probably push them. The thing is, where we're swimming meters in this pool, those times are going to be different than what we expect, but they still have a qualifying time in meters.
If you watched our girls' Evanston invite presentation, Brindley Buskell jumped off of the screen at you. Well, their brother Bo Buskell is not to be missed either. Bo right now 5 qualifications for state already, including the 50 free, the 200 free, as well as the 100 free, the 500 free, and the 100 back.
Well, he's going to end up qualifying in everything.
Yeah.
We might actually see him trying to do that today.
Now, let's go ahead and kind of address the elephant in the room. You and I and our camera personnel are the only technical spectators at this event because of the situation with COVID-19. Because we have 3 teams, they are not allowing no spectators. In some sports, you would think that would take an effect, but with swimming, where you hardly hear them at all, do you think this is just going to kind of be business as usual for these young men?
I think that they've been practicing like this. This is going to be a competition between the guy next to him. I don't think they will notice or even care if people are in the stands or not. It's a totally different sport. As soon as your head goes underwater, you can't hear anything.
Absolutely. We just got the heat sheet delivered to us. It's one sheet, so that tells you it's going to be a pretty short event. So let's go ahead and break it down. Event number 1, the boys 4x50 relay. Evanston's going to send out Gavin Branning, Kyler Hoagman, Wyatt Sawyer, McKay Voskis. And then also Evanston will have 3 teams in this one. In lane 4, they'll have Jackson Nichols, Connor Fackrell, Hunter Jensen, Gage Beechler. I think that's the other one who qualified. Hanky Phillips, Jamar McDowell, Tyler O'Driscoll, and Kenyon Lovato. So 12 boys from Evanston will compete in that. For our friends in Lyman, they've got their A team in lane 3. They're the fastest seed time by a lot. Look at that, 2:05 to 2:08, so almost a 3-second advantage there. Bo Buskell, Hanson Bradshaw, Jackson Lalaton, and Carter Huntsman. So that is the boys' 4x50 relay. Then we'll have the 200-meter freestyle. So it's going to be meters in this pool. Explain to us the major difference between meters and yards.
Well, in this case, this pool is actually set up with yards going one direction and meters 90-degree angle off the other way. And the meters, a lot of the competitions have records that are set in meters. And it's always been fun to have this meter pool. It's over the years, everyone has looked forward to coming to Kemmerer because of that meter pool, and they can get some really good fast times here. I know historically we've had a lot of kids that have set their pool record at the Kemmerer pool because of the meters, and so they've always been excited. They've always come here excited to swim their very best, and then when they go to some of the other big pools, those are in meters. So this is their only practice they have. They have a hard time adjusting their timing and their stroking sometimes to a pool like the backstroke. They have exactly so many strokes to get to the end of the pool, but in a meter pool, they have to add a stroke or a little bit of maybe a stroke and a half, depending on how their timing is worked out. So it's just an adjustment for all of them.
Well, we're going to go and subside. When we come back, we will have Coach Kate Schmidt of the Evanston Red Devils on this First Bank of Wyoming presentation. Actually, before we go, we should also mention we weren't able to throw it into our pre-recorded intro because of how short of a notice that it was for us coming out of the holidays. This broadcast also brought to you in part by Trona Valley Federal Credit Union. We're going to step aside. When we come back, we're going to have Coach Kate Schmidt of the Evanston Red Devils on a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Red Devil Swim as well as Lyman Swim on KNYN and MyLocalRadio.com.
Nothing makes your kid feel like a superstar more than seeing his or her very own fat head in the stands.
Fathead car decals and yard signs are inexpensive and easy to get at Rocky Mountain Sign in Evanston. Whether it's for the big game or to cheer on the high school band, our children make us proud in so many ways. Show your pride today. Go Red Devils! West Star Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street, Evanston.
In May of 2019, Uintah County School District Number 1 became the first school district in Wyoming to achieve a certified level 1 on high reliability schools by the Rosanna Leadership Center. We're focusing on 3 levels. Level 1 is a safe and collaborative culture. Level 2, effective teaching in every classroom. And Level 3 is a guaranteed and viable curriculum. We are certified Level 1 in safe and collaborative culture. This is Superintendent Ryan Thomas. Congratulations to everyone in our district. Keep up the great work.
Uintah County School District Number 1, Pathway to Excellence.
This First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Red Devil Sports is also brought to you in part by Freeway Tire. With a friendly, knowledgeable, and caring staff, quick and dependable service, as well as great prices, comes together. Call Freeway Tire at 307-789-8632. Here with Evanston boys swimming head coach Kate Schmidt. Coach Schmidt, thank you so much for taking the time to do this interview. First off, how excited are you guys to get back in the pool on Saturday in Kemmerer?
We are excited. You know, it's nice to have some meets. I don't know how excited the boys are to have a meet right at the end of their break, but they need to swim, and we have some tough meets coming up in January, so we need to get them ready, and being in the pool and swimming at meets is the way to do that.
What kind of obstacles are you guys looking at in January, since you mentioned you guys have some tough meets coming up?
Well, we're planning on going to Lyman and Cheyenne in January, so we'll see some different teams from that side of the state, which will be really nice because we really haven't this year with all of the COVID stuff. They're really restricting like how many teams can be in places and stuff. So we're just not getting the same chances that we've had in the past. So these 4A duels, we swim Friday and Saturday, and Friday will be in Laramie, and we swim against two other teams, I think. And then Saturday we'll swim in Cheyenne, and we'll swim against some more teams. So that will be really nice. A nice preview of what the boys can see at state, because otherwise we won't see these schools until state.
And when you talk about you'll be swimming there Friday, Saturday, you're talking about not this coming Friday, Saturday, the 2nd of January, but more like the 8th and 9th.
Later in January, yeah, like the middle of January. This Saturday we are going to swim against Lyman and Kemmerer in Kemmerer, which will be good for the boys. It's a meter pool and one of the only meter pools that we swim in during the year. Mm-hmm. And so it will be good for these guys to swim in Kemmerer on Saturday.
I know you and I talked about it a little bit last year about the possibility of being able to broadcast some swim meets. Well, we are going to be broadcasting from Kemmerer this coming Saturday. It seems like we figured out how to do this, not a moment too soon, considering for swimming in particular, they're not allowing a lot of spectators. As a matter of fact, I believe for this event, they're not allowing any spectators at all. Is that correct?
That's correct. Because there are 3 teams and we can't separate spectators and swimmers really at Kemmerer, they are not allowing spectators. The only quote unquote spectators will be our timers that Kemmerer provides. So there aren't any spectators at this meet on Saturday at all.
Is this going to operate more like kind of a double duel, or will it feel a little bit more like an invitational, or somewhere in the middle because there's 3 teams?
It'll be somewhere in the middle. You know, we get to see Kemmerer and Lyman quite often just because we're close. And so this will be just a great swim meet to get us back in the swing of things after having, you know, our 2-week break of just practicing and no meets.
Who are some swimmers that Evanston fans need to look forward to seeing their performances this coming Saturday?
Well, Jackson Nichols and Timmy Bloomfield have already qualified for state, which is awesome. We have lots of other guys that are close. I would expect Connor Fackrell to qualify here in the next couple of weeks, and Gage Beechler and Hunter Jensen to also qualify in the next couple of weeks. Those returning guys, our upperclassmen, are really the ones to watch right now.
I was about to say, those are all names that we remember doing well at the state swim meet last year. Who are some newer kids that we need to be keeping our eyes on?
You know, we have a lot of freshmen, which is really cool. Kyler Hoagman is a great swimmer, and he just is a natural swimmer. Gavin Branning is there too, Jamar McDowell. And so it's nice to see some of those freshmen come in with some skills. You know, we kind of mold them into what we want them in high school. But it's nice to see those boys come in with some skills to work with as we get them as freshmen.
Will we be seeing some of those younger guys in Kemmerer this Saturday?
Hopefully all of them. Hoping that, you know, we get to bring our whole team, which is really nice because sometimes just because of all the rules, we can only bring 20 swimmers, and that's about our team. So we're not having to leave anyone at home because of numbers. We have to leave them home because they've missed practice or don't have the grades or anything, but we're not limited by our number. So we're at the perfect size right now to take everybody to swim meets, which is great.
We got a chance to broadcast 2 swimming events during the girls season. And for fans that got familiar with the girls team, what are some differences and some similarities between the boys girl team and the girls team this year?
You know, your returning kiddos always just do better. They know what to expect from 4A swimming. You know, these freshmen that are just coming out of middle school, it's a big jump to swim against a team like Laramie or Kelly Walsh or any of the Cheyenne teams, just because their numbers are usually so much bigger. And also the freshmen have to acclimate to the longer and harder workouts. We're putting in more yards than they do in middle school, which is what we're supposed to be doing. Middle school does a great job of teaching them everything they need to know, which I love. And then we refine it in high school and give them those yards to get them in shape. So it's really nice for those kiddos to get acclimated to all of that in high school.
Maybe a little early to ask this question, but what is an event that you are super excited to see take place on Saturday?
Oh gosh, I have no idea. Maybe the 200 IM and the 500 free.
Okay.
I always like those ones. And really none of the swimmers do, but I like those events. Mostly probably because I'm not swimming them.
And those do make for some really, really close finishes, especially the 200 individual medley. You see come from behind victories in that all the time. Coach, real quick before we let you go, is the scoring going to look more like an invitational? The team scoring line is it going to look more like an invitational, or will it be dual scoring?
I'm actually not even sure. We just go and Amanda, the Kemmerer coach, can score it how she wants, and we're usually amenable to whatever happens. So we're good. I would guess it would be more like an invitational since there are 3 of us. Mm-hmm. And you don't want to do like double duels. Mm-hmm. That takes more effort. So I would guess invitational scoring.
All right. That's Coach Kate Schmidt, coach for the boys Evanston High School swim team. Coach Schmidt, thank you so much for your time. Is there anything else you'd like to say?
Nope. Always go Red Devils.
And a big thank you to Coach Kate Schmidt for joining us on the pre-show. Well, we are about there. We're going to step aside when we come back. We're going to break down all the day's biggest races with our swimming expert, Elmo Smith, when we come back on a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Red Devil and Eagle swimming on mylocalradio.com.
America keeps moving, and Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to help you keep rolling. Whether you need a brand new vehicle or service on one you already own, Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to lend a helping hand. Our certified mechanics are knowledgeable, and our sales team takes the time to get to know you and what your needs are. Stop in today, Auto Farm Chevrolet, 624 Front Street, Evanston. Evanston's community-driven dealer.
Hello, this is Dr. McKay Franklin. Something I've really enjoyed as a dentist over the past 20 years are the lasting friendships that I've formed with many of my patients. My staff is really great, and we try hard to make sure that every patient feels a warm welcome. It doesn't matter if it's your first visit or if you've been with us for years. Every patient is welcome and always appreciated. Our goal is to provide the best dental care possible at reasonable rates. Please call us today to schedule your appointment at 307-789-8910.
Go Red Devils!
At Trona Valley Federal Credit Union, we know our members by name and we love working with them face-to-face. But did you know that members can also handle almost all banking online? Everything from managing your accounts and paying bills to applying for all types of loans. It's simple and we're happy to help you get started. Join Trona Valley Federal Credit Union today. We're a caring partner dedicated to your financial success. TronaValley.com, member NCUA.
Well, it is almost time to get started with this triple duel, I guess you could call it, between Kemmerer, Evanston, and Lyman. Let's go ahead and break down all the races and hand it over to our good friend, Elmo Smith. Elmo, you were looking at the heat sheet. Tell us some things that are kind of sticking out to you, some things that fans today should be very excited about.
So, our first meet, the medley relay, it's that's going to be a fun one. We've got 205 and a 208 for our second and our first place seeds. Those kids, when they come out, they're going to be trying really hard. That one could be just nose to nose all the way through with their abilities. The next event is the 200 freestyle. That one has two heats, and we have two boys, one from Lyman, one from Evanston, who literally have the same seed time. And then on our second heat, we have three who they're within 2 seconds of each other. And where this is a meter pool, and these kids are not swimming meters as much, that their stroke, hitting the wall, making the turn, I'm expecting all three of those kids to come in just side by side, especially with the competitiveness. They'll be looking over and seeing the guy next to them, and you'll see the ones trying to make up time that they would never have made up before. Coming on down, we've got some other really tight races. Some of them we have 4A qualifying times that are 10 seconds ahead. I expect in the 200-meter IM, we have Aiden Runyon. Will very likely run away with that one if he has an event just like he normally has. He's from Kemmerer. We come down to the 50 free. 50 free is a fast one, but it looks like we're going to have the normal spacing. The ones that have already qualified are just trying to try to get a faster seed time, and the other kids are trying to qualify. So that'll be a fun one too. Like you said before, we won't have diving. So we'll have a break there. Then we'll go into the 100-meter butterfly. The 100-meter butterfly has a number that have no qualifying or no times. That's because they're not swimming the meters often enough that we just have a lot of no times there. So the no times all get bunched together, and we often see some really, really good kids swimming on the first heat because they have no time.
Yep.
And there have been several times we've had a first-time swimmer in because of that will take first place in the whole meet. So we have two heats there, and both heats are going to be very important. It'll be fun to see how that goes.
And if I may, looking at the heat sheet, looking at this 100, you haven't talked about it yet, but the 100-meter freestyle, that's probably coming up next. A lot of young talent in that one. You got 1, 2, 3 freshmen, a sophomore, and a junior.
Yes, and we have 4 of them are from Evanston, so 2 no times on those. Even though the seed times looks like it's spread out quite a bit, 1 heat and it's 100 free. I think we're going to have an interesting race there. I think we'll have some kids that are just neck and neck on that one. The 400, now that's, you were talking about that earlier. The difference in meters and yards is the 400 and the 500. In yards, it's 500. In meters, it's 400. And we have the qualifying time is over 30 seconds difference between 4A and 3A. So we have 3 that have qualified at 3A, and 2 of them are Evanston, Jackson Nichols, and Gage Beechler, but they're going to want to drop that time, and actually they're not far away. They just need to get that down a little bit farther, and they'll be able to qualify for their 4A qualifying time.
So moving on to the second half of the heat sheet. And by the way, when you saw the heat sheet for the Evanston invite, and that tells you how short it was, that heat sheet was 2 pages long. This is just 1 page. So this is going to be fast and furious action.
Yeah, this is, and the boys swim fast. We will have very few that take a long time. And 2 heats is the most we have on anything. The relays, always exciting, but these are just going to be 1 heat on each one of those, so they'll be fun. The 4x50 free relay, that's going to go. That'll be amazingly fast. That's the event 9, and then we go to the backstroke, and we have actually some 4A qualifying time from Lyman, and then everyone else is trying to qualify on that one. We have 2 Evanston swimmers, Jamar McDowell and Hunter Jensen. Then we jump to the breaststroke, always a popular one with the boys, and it's always very competitive as well. We have 5 Evanston swimmers in that one. So, but they'll be swimming against Braden Dearden from Kemmerer, who is a 4A qualifying time already. He'll be setting the pace, and then Camden Killian, also from Kemmerer, has a 3A qualifying time. So those 2 are going to set the pace, and the others will, if they'll keep up to them, they'll be able to qualify.
If we could, let's go back to the 100 backstroke. That one time that qualifies for 4A, and he is the overwhelming favorite. A 9-second advantage over the second fastest seed time. That is freshman from Lyman, Bo Buskell. If you thought that Buskell family must be crazy in the pool.
That's an unbelievable time for a freshman.
1:08.
1:08. That's he's in a position there, if he was swimming 4A, to place in the top 6 at state right there.
Very impressive time. Looking at the heat sheet, the race that it looks like will be fun and close is going to be that 4x50 freestyle relay. Evanston has the fastest seed time at 150. Lyman A has the fastest seed time at 150.09. Evanston right on their tails, less than a second behind. That's going to be fun.
And then Kemmerer has 155. So we've got 2 150s and 155, and then a couple of no times.
So it looks like we are about ready to get started here. Event number 1, the 200 medley relay. They haven't done the national anthem yet, so they'll probably do that in a minute. 10:02, you know what? We thought they were going to start a little bit behind schedule. 2 minutes is not that far behind when it comes to swimming.
No, especially when I know they had some computer program before. They had a number of the young men that were not actually put into the program. They were scrambling to get that put together.
All right, well, right now it looks like the teams are all lined up for that 200, or it says 4x50. It is 4x50 relay. So let's go ahead and break down the lanes. In lane 1, you've got Evanston C team with Gavin Branning, Wyatt Sawyer, Kyler Hoagman, McCoy Vasakis. In lane 2, you've got Kemmerer with Darren Smith, Camden Killian, Connor Dietrich, and Aaron Despain. In lane 3, you've got Lyman A with Bo Buskell, Hanson Bradshaw, Jackson Lalaton, and Carter Huntsman. In lane 4, Evanston A, Jackson Nichols, Hunter Jensen, Connor Fackrell, and Gage Beechler. And lane 5, Evanston B, Hanky Phillips, Tyler O'Driscoll, Jamar McDowell, and Kenyon Lovato. So it looks like we're going to go ahead and get ready and get started.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to skip the national anthem. They're lining up to get on the blocks now.
Again, Evanston C featuring Branning, Sawyer, Hoagman, and Vasakis in lane 1. Kemmerer A with Smith, Killian, Diedrich, and Despain in lane 2. Lyman A in lane 3 with Buskell, Hansen, Ladleton, and Huntsman. Evanston A in lane 4 with Nichols, Jensen, Vackrell, and Beechler, and Evanston B in lane 5 with Phillips, O'Driscoll, McDowell, and Lovato.
That looks like they've all put their fastest swimmer first, swimming against Bo Buskell.
Yeah.
This will be a fun first leg of this to see how this goes. I think it's going to set the pace for the rest of the meet.
Keep your eyes on lanes 3 and 4. You're going to have Bo Buskell versus Jackson Nichols. Both of those already multiple time state qualifiers. It's going to be that. I think that could be where this race is won, is in that first leg, is if you can keep Bo Buskell and Jackson Nichols in sight.
Yep.
Jackson Nichols in lane 4 for Evanston. Bo Buskell in lane 3 for Lyman. Looks like lanes go from far to near on my local radio as they're testing the timer now.
Lane 1 is the one closest to us.
Oh, you are correct. Lane 1 is. So it'll go near to far.
And they're swimming from north to south on their first leg. This pool is set up north and south.
Of course, in the testing time, they give Kemmerer the first place leg.
They're testing all the pads to make sure they're going to
work
like they need to. Looks like lane 6 did not work, but now it did.
A big
lane
thank
5
you.
is not, actually. It's not responding.
A big thank you to all of our sponsors. If you are enjoying any of our Evanston broadcasts, whether it be boys swimming, girls swimming, football, basketball, Outlaws baseball, or any of the other events we're going to do later on down the road, including wrestling, our sponsors, the banners you're seeing at the bottom of your screen, make it all possible. So when you can, use them and support those that support Evanston athletics on mylocalradio.com. Here we are. It's 2021. Can you believe it?
Yeah, I didn't know if 2020 would ever go down.
Want to thank each and every one of you for tuning in and making Lyman and Evanston boys swimming part of your January 2nd, first Saturday of the new year. I had to keep pinching myself yesterday thinking, yesterday felt enough like a Saturday. I thought today was going to be Sunday, and then I was going back to work the next day. But nope, we still got one more day of the weekend after this. And you know what? Watching swimming, sitting next to my good friend Elmo Smith, it feels like a weekend already. And we are going to go ahead and do the national anthem, so we'll kick it over there really fast. We'll be right back after the national anthem. You know what? Maybe they're not doing it. They just did the Pledge of Allegiance, so we'll see what's going on.
Yeah, I think that's all they did this time. Now it looks like they're moving on, still trying to get that one lane 5 to work, to respond.
Well, it wouldn't be a swim meet if we didn't have technical difficulties, right? Looks like they're going to switch out 6 and 5 and not use lane 6.
I don't think we have lane 6
in use at all in one race. So
the 400 and the 100, the backstroke and the breaststroke. We have 4 heats is all that we'll have that, and they'll have backup times ready on those.
They also do have the manual timers there just in case one of those pads goes faulty during a race. So
yeah, they have the backup pad time which is a button that one of the timers will push, and then both timers have a manual time. So we should have a total of 4 times on each lane.
Elan Olliff and Elmo Smith bringing you the action live from Kemmerer High School on a early January morning in Kemmerer, Wyoming. For those of you that are visiting my local radio from out of state to watch your favorite Red Devil or Eagle, or you never know, maybe even Ranger from out of state. Kemmerer only about 45 minutes away from Evanston, as it looks like we've got some fog coming on the scoreboard camera. Nope, that's just a glare, so good news. When we first got set up, it was really funny. We got the camera set up, and it looked very, very foggy, and I thought, oh no, this is not good. And then I realized the lenses were just fog, so we just clean off the lenses, and away we go. Trying to see if 5 works as they've replaced the pad.
5 and 6 are neither one working now.
How do you stay in the mindset of getting ready to race? Because those boys have been lined up behind the blocks for what seems like an eternity now, especially to a young high school kid.
You know, they've spent the last hour slowly warming up, working up, getting up. Some of their last warm-ups were at full speed. They were gearing up to be 100% ready for this first race, every one of them, so they don't have a pulled muscle or a strain or anything. And now exactly what you said, they're standing there. They're just standing there. And there's still all that anticipation and the anxiety of racing against someone they know is faster than them, or a team that they know they have to keep up with. And then there's no obvious end to technical difficulties.
It was funny watching the freshman team, which is the C team, with Sawyer, Hoagman, Branning, and Vasquez. They were waving to their one teammate on the stands and just kind of keeping loose. The rest of the teams, though, trying to remain stone-faced and kind of serious. It really is kind of funny to see the difference between kids that are just getting into the high school ranks and kids that have been here before and know what's about to happen.
Yeah, so some of the younger ones are just happy to be involved in it.
Yep.
And some of the others are very focused. They want to beat someone or get a time or get a personal best, something. They're very focused on their personal goal for that.
Well, trying to get both of those pads to work, and right now we've only got 3 effective lanes. In this 200 medley relay, it'll be backstroke first, then the butterfly, then the breaststroke, and then the freestyle. That's exactly why we're seeing Jackson Nichols and Bo Buskell lead it off, because both of them are already qualified at the 4A level in the backstroke.
Yeah, they'll have a great race. And I'm sure that was very purposely done by their coaches. They want to put their best against the best and prepare them so they know what to expect when they get to state.
I want to thank you for joining us on a beautiful Saturday morning, January 2nd, 2021. We are just getting things started again here at the My Local Radio coverage of Evanston sports. After this, we'll take a few days off, actually almost a week off, and then we'll be in Cheyenne East on Friday night for Evanston boys and girls basketball, then Cheyenne Central on Saturday for boys and girls basketball. January 14th, we'll have our first wrestling broadcast as the Red Devils will go to Rich County, our neighbors in the Beehive State. That should be a good one. Always fun when the Red Devils and the Rebels get together. Jason Mitchell will be alongside me for the call on that one. Well, they haven't turned the swimmers away and yet told them to sit down, so I think that they're probably going to get this settled sooner than later. We shouldn't have said 2 minutes is a quick time delay. Now we're 13 minutes. Again, the race will probably be in lanes 3 and 4, Lyman and Evanston A, when you've got Bo Buskell and Jackson Nichols will be leading it off. We don't know much about sophomore Darren Smith, who's swimming for Kemmerer. Wow, look at that A-team for Kemmerer, 2 sophomores and 2 freshmen. Lyman, 2 seniors, a sophomore and a freshman. Evanston, 3 juniors and a senior. As the whistle is blown, and it looks like we are going to have a swim meet. Again, lane 1, Evanston C, lane 2, Kemmerer A, lane 3, Lyman A, lane 4, Evanston A, and lane 5, or Evanston A and lane 5, Evanston B. And we're underway here in Kemmerer. Out with the early lead is Jackson Nichols for the Evanston Red Devils, but right on his tail is Bo Buskell. But I tell you what, the rest of the teams are keeping up with these guys beautifully. At the turn, it looks like Nichols, but just by a hair. Great turn by Jackson, and now he's extending that lead over Bo Buskell, but Bo is starting to turn on the afterburners. Look at this. He is tightening things up. At the wall, it's going to be extremely close as they have stretched out the lead. It's Evanston versus Lyman. For this one, Evanston in an early lead. Into the water for Evanston is Hunter Jensen and Hanson Bradshaw and the breaststroke portion. And Evanston and Lyman once again going neck and neck.
So Hunter was actually about a half a stroke behind, and he is pulled into the lead in that first leg.
Keep an eye, though, on Hanson Bradshaw. He is not letting up either. Jensen getting ready to hand off to Connor Fackrell. Lalaton getting ready, going for the Eagles, and they again right on each other. In the butterfly portion, we'll see what Fackrell's able to do. In third place, looks like Evanston B. Sorry, no, that is actually Evanston C in third place, the freshman. Doing a great job. Connor Fackrell, though, and Jackson Lalaton in an absolute battle. Lalaton is pulled ahead for Lyman going into the final leg. This is going to be extremely close. Lalaton with a great butterfly leg, and now the Eagles are in front. It's now up to Gage Beechler for Evanston and Carter Huntsman for Lyman. Huntsman with the lead. At the turn, it is Huntsman, but only just barely, if depending on the turn that Beechler has, and he puts it in right there. Gage Beechler and Huntsman neck and neck. This is going to be close. It looks like it's barely going to be Huntsman. It's going to be up to the wall touch. Here they come to the wall, and it is. Don't have the time yet on the board. It was very close, though.
Oh, yeah, it was. I think Evanston out-touched him, but I don't. We may not have places on this with that problem with the scoreboard.
Yeah, Beechler might have snuck in there to out-touch Huntsman. It looks like third place is Evanston C. No, that looks like it's going to be Kemmerer in fifth. It's kind of hard to keep track of it without having those places. Man, what a race, though, between Evanston and Kemmerer. That was extremely close. We'll give you the results board, but they're not giving us anything there, as they're going to go ahead and move on to the next one, the 200-yard freestyle relay. But I tell you what, a great race by Evanston A and Lyman A. Don't know who won that one, as that was extremely close. Well, I don't think we're going to get a result on that one.
We might not get that one.
But wow, what a race. The official call from our unofficial call from our Color commentator Elmo Smith was he thought Gage Beechler got in and out touched, but I don't know. We'll see. I'm sure they'll announce their results at some point.
I don't know if they will. It looks like they may move right on. We may have to pick that up later.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, maybe a little bit later on they'll give us the results. All right, we're moving on to the 200-meter freestyle. Heat 1 of 2 in lane 2 will be Evanston freshman Wyatt Sawyer. In lane 3 will be Titan Ailman, the senior from Lyman, and Jamar McDowell out of Evanston will be in lane 4. I'm listening to what the Evanston team is saying over here, and they're saying they think Gage might have out-touched him. Gage Beechler might have done it. That's what they're saying.
Well, if we were closer, we could make that call, but
yeah, there's no way.
Those boys were right over the top of it. They would actually know.
Yeah. I think they're trying to figure out how to fix the board before we move on, as they have not called the 3 young men in heat 1 of 2 in this 200-meter freestyle.
I see all of them waiting over there behind. They haven't called them up to the lanes yet.
If you're watching on YouTube, put in the chat room on mylocalradio.com that what you guys think might happen there. Either way, Gage Beechler and Carter Huntsman just gave us a great race.
Well, actually it was great the way the teams
responded.
The whole
team.
Yeah, we had the Evanston jumped out to the lead, and then Lyman pulled into the lead right at the end of that third heat leg of it, and then the fourth leg was an amazing race.
Jackson Lalaton was absolutely insane in the butterfly. Also, Hanson Bradshaw, really all 8 of those swimmers. So for Lyman, Bo Buskell, Hanson Bradshaw, Jackson Lalaton, and Carter Huntsman. For Evanston, Jackson Nichols, Hunter Jensen, Connor Fackrell, and Gage Beechler. All 8 of them just put on a show.
That was great to see Jackson Nichols actually beat Bo in that first leg. That's a real effort, especially with all those delays. Real compliment to him to be able to get in there and do that. The others have that excitement because the race has started and they have a couple of seconds to compose themselves and get ready. But that's a difficult thing to have those long breaks when there are delays from the electronics.
Looks like we've got yet another delay, as we are 20 minutes past the scheduled start time and we've swum one event. If you're just joining us, you missed a heck of a race in the 200 medley relay. In the final leg, Gage Beechler down. Huntsman Carter is pumping for Lyman. Beechler ties up with Carter, but the question is did Beechler the junior out-touch Lyman's Carter the senior? We don't know yet. And it was way too close for us to make any unofficial call at this point. The one call I will make was it was a great race.
Yep, and it went down to the...
We just heard from Coach for Lyman. He said, I want to hear you guys' commentary right now because the clocks are not working. So maybe we could have our camera person, Alyssa, maybe run over to the Evanston side or ask the Lyman coach if who he thought may have taken that first race. Big thank you to Alyssa McDaniel for doing our camera work here in Kemmerer. It was, I tell you what though, it was super close that last leg. I don't think they even know. The Lyman coach is saying they won the Evanston. Yeah, the Lyman coach is saying they won. The Evanston coach said they won. You guys are going to have to Rochambeau it out or something. So the coaches. Okay, Lyman just won the Rochambeau, so we'll give it. I guess the Lyman is claiming victory.
If they did, they didn't win it by much.
No. That even if Evanston won, they didn't win it by much either. Huh? We can go back and replay it later. If we don't have it by the end of the day, we can just play it at the end, and we can tell you who won it. We can even slow it down for you, too, if you'd like. We may have to slow it down to figure that one out. That was a great race. How many times can you say we don't know the results of a race, but it was a great one?
Not very often. And Carter Huntsman who was swimming that fourth leg for Lyman.
Yeah.
He's down there. He doesn't know who won.
No one knows who won. Nobody in the building has an idea of what happened. Looks like we've got the board working now. See, we'll show it to, yeah, and a roar comes from the teams. As you can see, we have places up on the board. So hopefully we don't have what happened in the 200 IM relay. And according to the board that's up, Coach Levine for Evanston just told Coach for Lyman, you got 6th. All right, here we go. Now we're ready to go. Heat 1 of the 200-meter freestyle. Wyatt Sawyer, the freshman out of Evanston, in lane 2. Titan Ailman, the senior from Lyman, in lane 3. And Jamar McDowell, the freshman for Evanston, in lane 4. And you look at the seed times, less than a quarter of a second separate McDowell and Ailman. Sawyer does not have a seed time, so he could definitely play as well. Matter of fact, Sawyer goes out to an early lead. Look at this. Wyatt Sawyer, no seed time, and he's out to an early lead. It's 200 yards, so it's going to be 4 lengths of the pool, or 8 lengths of the pool, my apologies. But Sawyer out with a good lead. McDowell and Ailman keeping him in check. Here we come to that first turn. All 3 of them are neck and neck, although Sawyer with a surprise early lead at the first touch. It is Wyatt Sawyer in first place. 3.7, 3.6, or 3.5, 3.7.9 to 3.7.36. So Wyatt Sawyer doing a good job here.
There are people that want to watch this, and they didn't know they could. Can you write that down?
At the turn, Sawyer again. Sawyer still in the lead, the freshman with no time on top of the senior and the other freshman. Look at this, Wyatt Sawyer. First time swimming this one at the high school level, and he is out to a decent lead at the 3/4 of the way mark. Wyatt Sawyer, the sister of Emily Sawyer, who we saw in the Evanston invite. Sawyer down the backstretch. In the 200-meter freestyle, cruising for the Red Devils as he comes to the final lap. And Wyatt Sawyer, with a no time coming into this, has got a huge lead on Titan Ailman and Jamar McDowell.
That was one of the ones I was excited to watch because I know that Sawyer has not competed here in this in the meters. So we know that he's a great swimmer, but I didn't realize he was going to be that far ahead of those other 2. But
what?
Interesting that both of those are so close in their seed times, and they have been swimming side by side literally the entire time.
But they are all in the shadow of the freshman from Evanston, Wyatt Sawyer, who is going to get a time that puts him really just outside of the varsity heat. What a performance by the freshman, Wyatt Sawyer. Second place is McDowell from Evanston. So Evanston goes 1-2, and Ailman, the senior, gets 3rd. Let's show you the results from heat number 1. Wyatt Sawyer from Evanston in first place. McDowell from the Red Devils in second place, and Tyson Ailman from the Eagles in third. Now we go to the varsity meet. In lane 2, Connor Dietrich from Kemmerer. Lane 3, Tyden Hill from Lyman. Lane 4, Darren Smith from Kemmerer. And lane 5, Braddock Brown from Evanston. And we are underway here in the final heat. Tell you what, Wyatt Sawyer's just set the stage for these guys. We'll see what kind of times these guys put up in a meter pool. That's the other thing. No seat time, and he's a freshman, meaning he's probably never swam this in high school before, and he just did it in a meter pool. Impressive performance by the freshman as we're back to live action. And it does look like lane 4 with Darren Smith out of Kemmerer in an early lead. Yes, it is Smith with 33.62. Right on his tail is Dietrich out of Kemmerer at 34.53.
So we have 3 there that are very, very tight, and they're swimming the same way, just shoulder to shoulder all the way.
8 lengths of the pool, so this isn't a sprint. This is kind of a manage your energy type race. As still 3 guys, lanes 2, 3, and 4, all neck and neck.
There are a lot of swimmers that think this is the most difficult of the races because you do need to sprint, but you have to save enough that you can hold that pace all the way to the end.
Wow, look at that. Smith from Kemmerer and Hill from Lyman are within half a second of each other. 13.53 for Hill and 13.99 for Smith.
Now this is the part of the race when it's hard to stay up with that pace. They've had the excitement. They hurried and stretched out probably a little faster than they should have, and now this is the part of the race when the fatigue is setting in. They're having a hard time breathing, and it takes a lot of extra effort to push when you're at this part.
Hill from Lyman up by about 0.7 of a second. Hill was the unofficial favorite in this one as he had the fastest seed time at 2:28. But I tell you what, lane 2's Connor Dietrich out of Kemmerer is starting to put on the afterburners, and I think he's up in front now.
He's got a slight lead. We'll see how that touch turns out.
And at the touch, Dietrich from Kemmerer out-touches Hill from Lyman by 0.3 of a second. No, I'm sorry, just over a second. 3.253 to 3.325. So Dietrich out of Kemmerer takes the win. Second place is Hill from Lyman, and third place is Smith from Kemmerer.
And Brown from Evanston, he really put on a lot of effort there that last 2 lengths. He made up a lot of ground and came in, just barely was out-touched.
It's a personal best for Brown, 241.55, beating his previous personal best at 243.87. Moving on to event number 3, the 200 individual medley. It's a length of butterfly, or 2 lengths of butterfly, 2 lengths of backstroke, 2 lengths of breaststroke, and then 2 lengths of freestyle. Camden Killian from Kemmerer in lane 2, Gavin Still from Lyman in lane 3, and Kyler Hoagman from Evanston in lane 4. Good start by lanes 3 and 4. They were right on each other at the butterfly. And with an early lead, it is Lyman's Gavin Sill, the sophomore, versing the 2 freshmen, one from Lyman, one from Kemmerer. Kemmerer's freshman, though, keep an eye on Camden Killian, starting to turn on some speed there. But Hoagman with a great turn, and all 3 of them are neck and neck. Sill from Lyman with an early lead. Second place is Killian from Kemmerer. Hoagman from Evanston is in third. But he is competing later on in the breaststroke. We'll see if that is one of his strengths. And that he could really make up some time, especially if he can keep it this close.
Yes, interesting. Hoagman was a diver, and all the divers work out with the swimmers. Many times we have divers that then convert back over to swimming because they really are good at swimming. They just enjoy diving as well. And, of course, there's no diving this year.
Sill and Killian in the lead. It's Lyman's Sill. Killian in second place, Hoagman from Evanston in third. Getting ready to tag up and go to the breaststroke part, but look at this. Killian tightening things up against Sill at the touch. It is Sill from Lyman. Hoagman now touching up at the breaststroke as he is off and running on the breaststroke, but now look at Killian. He is taking the lead thanks to breaststroke. Hoagman currently in third, and that looks like where it's going to stay for him, but Killian has extended his lead thanks to the breaststroke. He might be just a bit stronger at the breaststroke than Sill, but Sill with a great turn, he's coming back as well. Killian still with about a half a body length on Sill. Excuse me. Going into the final 2 lengths, and now we're into the freestyle. Sill and Killian are competing for this one. Hoagman in third.
Well, you can see the fatigue setting in. There's not many things harder than swimming all 4 strokes in the same race and trying to race in all of them.
At the turn, headed home, is Killian from Kemmerer, giving the home fans something to talk about. Look at this performance by Killian. Sill had the lead for the first 2 strokes, then Killian caught him at the breaststroke and just extended his lead. It's going to be Killian with a time of 2:58.68. Sill from Lyman in second at 3:02.98, and now Hoagman, who is looking to get a personal best. It is going to be just outside of his reach, 3:13.38 for Kyler Hoagman. Here are your results from
all
week
of them
one.
dropped time. They all swam a great race.
Good job by both of those swimmers. That's also probably the first time that each of them have swum a meter pool this year. Let's go and go to the second of 2 heats. You got Connor Dietrich, wrong one. You've got Gage Beechler from Evanston in lane 2, Aiden Runyon from Kemmerer in lane 3, Connor Fackrell from Evanston in lane 4, and Carter Huntsman in lane 5. And in the butterfly section, it looks like an early lead for Aiden Runyon out of Kemmerer, but they are all neck and neck. Runyon does tag up. He's in lane 3 for the Rangers, but they are all right there. Looks like it's Runyon and Beechler in first and second, and that is exactly how it is. Kemmerer, Runyon leads, Beechler in second. Fackrell from Evanston in third, and Huntsman from Lyman in fifth. Keep an eye, though, on Huntsman. He's the one that swam that freestyle leg for Lyman. Runyon with a good lead in the backstroke, stretching it out over the field. And Runyon really starting to pull away.
Beechler's hanging on to second place, but all 3 of them are right there.
Smith, though, looks like he's about to overtake Beechler for second, and it is just by about half a body length. This is the hardest stroke to keep track of your competition because you're looking up the entire time, as it is Huntsman in second, Beechler in third, and Fackrell in fourth.
And Fackrell in fourth.
Runyon still in the lead for Kemmerer. Tags up in the breaststroke, headed on the final breaststroke length. And now Huntsman in second. Third place at that first before last wall is now Fackrell, who's overtaken Beechler for third in the breaststroke. Runyon with a very good breaststroke. Look at how long he holds that glide for. And
he's got a beautiful stroke.
And now into the freestyle. We'll see what kind of challenge Lyman's Carter Huntsman puts on. As he's in second. Third place is Connor Fackrell. Gage Beechler now in fourth. Already headed home, though, is Aiden Runyon out of Kemmerer. The Rangers are going to win event number 3, the 200 IM heat number 2, and it's going to be a landslide victory for the Ranger. Final time, 2:37.67. Not quite a personal best, but it's good enough for the win. Huntsman, however, pushing as hard as he can. Huntsman, who is looking for a qualifying time, needs 2:48.87, and he's in. Huntsman has qualified for states. In third place is Connor Fackrell from Evanston. Fourth place, Gage Beechler, 2:54.59 for Fackrell and 2:55.32 for Beechler. But how about that? Huntsman is into state for Lyman. Here are your results in the 200 IM. You needed to be 2:48.87 to qualify for 3A. You see right there, Huntsman, 2:47.43. Congratulations to him. It was won by Runyon with a 2:37.67. Huntsman in second. In third is Connor Fackrell from Evanston, 2:54.59. In fourth place, Gage Beechler from the Red Devils, 2:55.32. As we now set for my good friend Elmo Smith's favorite race, the 50 freestyle.
It's my favorite because it goes so quickly, and it's amazing to watch him just fly down and back. We should see some great swimming here in our heat too. We've got a 4A qualifying time and a 3A qualifying time. No times yet in heat 1, freshman and a junior. It's always fun to watch that. We'll see how that turns out for them.
Let's check in on our chat room. Richard Huntsman says, replay. I say Carter out-touched him, but I may be biased. Carter is my little brother. Becky Lovato, watching with you. Go Kenyon Lovato. So we got some swim fans as we thank you for joining us on mylocalradio.com. Let's go ahead and run through heat number 1 of this one. Only 3 guys. Forrest Hengestead out of Evanston. I apologize if I butchered that name. In lane 2, he's a freshman. Rogers Cooper, from Lyman in lane 3. He's a freshman. In the junior, Kenyon Lovato out of Evanston in lane 4. Just a reminder, lanes go from near to far, meaning lane 1 is your nearest one. So lane 2, our nearest swimmer is Hengestead Forrest. Here we go, and we're underway in the 50 freestyle. What a start by Forrest. Look at that. In lane 2, he's one of the no-time swimmers. But on the other side is Kenyon Lovato. He is starting to gain some ground at the halfway point, at the flip. Neck and neck are Lovato and Forrest for Evanston. Looks like Lovato has pulled out into the lead. Kenyon Lovato, his biggest fan is in the chat room. She is going to be very excited with this one. She is out by about a quarter of a body, but he's slowing down. Is it too much, too quick? Lovato out-touches Hengstad from Evanston, 36.02, 36.48. So Lovato wins heat number 1. Rogers will come in third with the time of 47.66 for Lyman. Impressive swim by Kenyon Lovato, and now we go to heat number 2. In lane 2, you've got Gavin Branning from Evanston. In lane 3, Hanson Bradshaw from Lyman, Jackson Ladalin from Lyman in lane 4, and Aaron Despain in lane 5 from Kemmerer.
We have Kemmerer and Evanston both have freshmen in this. That's a lot of pressure for a young man.
Keep an eye on Hanson Bradshaw, who is clearly off the blocks first and has got a big lead. Bradshaw. Is he already qualified? He's got a 4A qualifying time, and he has got a big lead. Hanson Bradshaw, untouchable. He's the only one in there without a swim cap. He does not need it. He lets the Mohawk flow through the water and puts in an amazing time, 26.02 in first place. Ladalin from Lyman takes second at 28.87, and Branning from Evanston takes third at 31.64. Bradshaw, no surprise there, as he was the overwhelming favorite. 26.02. If he hadn't qualified already, he would have just qualified there.
Oh yeah, he showed us why that's such an exciting race.
Walking across your screen on mylocalradio.com, just absolutely owned it. The senior putting in a heck of a swan song. Let's go ahead and move on to our next event.
So normally this would be diving, and we may be required to have a break right here.
Yeah, they will take a 10-minute break. So the action has been fast and furious here in Kemmerer. Stay tuned. We'll have the second part of this meet after this on a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Evanston and Lyman swimming on K9 and mylocalradio.com.
Two roads diverged in a wood, and I had just purchased new tires at Plains Tire in Evanston. The trained tire technicians at Plains Tire expertly mounted, balanced, and aligned my new tires, so I was feeling good. While I was there, they changed my oil, checked my brakes, fixed my AC, and made sure my shocks were in tip-top shape. And with their lifetime alignment checks and tire rotations, I was ready to roll. So, thanks to Plains Tire, when two roads diverged in a wood, I took the one less traveled. Plains Tire, 157 Fair River Drive, Evanston.
This First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Evanston High School Red Devil Sports is also brought to you in part by T-Bar S Body Shop. Let T-Bar fix your car. Call 307-789-2639. And by Hoover Chiropractic. Dr. Todd Hoover does all of the chiropractic work you need, as well as blood work, dietary supplements, a weight loss program, x-rays, and can help you get rid of migraines and allergies. Call Hoover Chiropractic at 307-789-0043.
Welcome back to Kemmerer High School. Well, this would be the point where we usually would have the diving, but there are no divers here in Kemmerer today, so they will take a 10-minute break. And wow, we might have taken a minute to get started, but once we got started, it has been nothing but fast and furious action here from Kemmerer. My good friend Elmo Smith joining me. He just went to go see if he could track down the results of that 200 medley relay. Such a close race. Evanston's A team versus Lyman's A team. It was so close we couldn't call it from here. The scoreboard was not working, so we couldn't read it off the score. So hopefully we will find out who won that right now. But wow, what a race. And performance that we have seen today. How about Hanson Bradshaw? In the 50 free, had a brilliant start and just owned the field. Wyatt Sawyer also with a marquee performance today, making a name for himself in the 200 freestyle. He was the only one without a time in that heat and just came out and quite frankly blew the doors off of the competition. So Wyatt Sawyer and Hanson Bradshaw, of course Jackson Nichols with a great performance in the 200 individual medley relay. Still trying to track down results for that one, as that one was literally so close. Alyssa's watching the stream on mylocalradio.com, and now we're rewatching it on her phone. When they get to the freestyle part, pause it, and you can actually slow it down, so we can make a call. Unofficial call as it may be, as Elmo has went to go talk to the officials. A former official himself. Want to thank you guys, each and every one of you, for tuning in. This has been by far our most successful swim broadcast. All right. Oh, that's butterfly. So we still got another leg. So they'll do, there we go, freestyle. So when they flip, okay, so at that point, Lyman is in the lead. Evanston is close. I'm watching it right now. Okay, when I tell you to pause. Okay, now go to your gear. Yeah, slow it down to like 0.25. We're watching it in super slow-mo. I think Lyman did it. I think Lyman kept it. because right now Lyman's in the lead at the halfway point on that final length. But the one thing that I cannot see, no matter how much we slow it down, is swimmers are trained to go in, to bring their arm into the water and immediately zoom it for the wall. So if he did that and out-touch it and slammed it in the water, I won't be able to see that. But I do see coming under the final flags, Lyman with a minor lead, and it's very minor. Now Beechler's closing it down. Smith's still barely there. Oh, now they're neck and neck. It's going to come down to the reach. Ooh. Okay, I can't tell because Beechler slams his hand down on the wall, but Smith does that underwater zoom that I was talking about. I cannot tell. We slowed that thing down to 0.25, and I still cannot tell who won that. We're going to have to wait for the official results to come in. Wow, what a race. What a performance by both of those young men, really. Gage Beechler and Carter Smith. Just, man, that was, whew, that is close. That is so close. Richard Huntsman, if you're still watching, I just watched a replay on a phone screen, granted, but we slowed it down to 0.25. And I still can't tell because Carter Smith does exactly what you're trained to do. You put your arm into the water and then zoom it into the wall. Gage Beechler does that powerful slam down, and it looks like they might have touched just at the same time. It's going to be so close when those results come out. I'm going to be very excited to see what the actual time was. Wow. Wowee, wow. All right, we're going to go ahead and subside. When we come back, we will continue to break this thing down, and we're going to get started with the second half of this one on a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Red Devil and Eagle Swimming on mylocalradio.com.
At Ellingford Brothers, we're known for an excellent steel shop and quality cement. We also provide other products all year round. Sand and different sizes of gravel for road base and landscaping in the summer and fall. Traction in the winter and mud control in the spring. Bark for landscaping in the summer and winterization in the fall. And topsoil. Spring, summer, and fall, prices are always honest. Pickup or delivery. Ellingford Brothers, your year-round source for so many things. Stop in today at 221 County Road in Evanston.
When you're looking for one location that is centrally located in Wyoming to host a business meeting or corporate retreat, always consider the Come On In Hotel and Suites in Casper first. With meeting rooms and amenities that everyone can enjoy at the Come On In is the best place to host events. The rustic decor, fireplaces, jacuzzis, pool, and large indoor atrium will make your event memorable. Call today and find out the ways we can help make your event a success. Come On In Hotel and Suites in Casper. Call 307-472-6300.
All right, welcome back to Kemmerer. And ladies and gentlemen, we have results on that amazing 200 boys medley relay. In fifth place was Lane 5, that's Evanston B with a time of 2:44.5. In fourth place was Lane 1, that's Evanston C with a time of 2:37.7. In third place was Lane 2, that's Kemmerer A with a time of 2:24.6. Here we go. Is it Evanston or Lyman A? Get this. Second place time, 2:08.2. First place, 2:08.1. By 1/100th of a second, it is Evanston A's Gage Beechler, who out-touched Carter Smith by 1/100th of a second. I'm telling you right now, he's the lead candidate for the Dr. McKay Franklin Precision Swim of the Day. How much precision has to go into out-touching someone in a race that close?
Well, that was an amazing race, no matter how it would have worked out. But the fact that it come from behind out-touch is that's amazing.
1/100th of a second, Gage Beechler out-touches Carter Smith. I mean, that just tells you how good both racers were this morning in that first race.
Oh yeah, where the lead changed, it was a tight race all the way. Every leg was critical, and every single one of them had to do their part because that short of a margin, a portion of a second, a tenth of a second, a hundredth of a second. Every single one of those added up.
Everybody at home, blink. It took longer for you to blink than the time between the two guys.
It did.
That is so incredible. What a race. 1/100th. It doesn't get any closer than that.
No.
It really doesn't.
It's not a measurable difference.
No.
Less than that.
208.01 to 208.02. Wow. This is why I do what I do, ladies and gentlemen, for moments like that. That is an incredible. That's going to be on the My Local Radio Top 10 as soon as we bring that back. I guarantee it.
Well, and you have a replay you can play.
Exactly. That was, oh, man, that was fantastic. Let's check in on the My Local Radio chat room. Jeffrey Phillips, this is an Olympic quality broadcast. Great work, and thank you for doing this. Well, Mr. Phillips, thank you for tuning in and your support for Evanston Red Devil Athletics. So usually, as you mentioned, they'd be doing diving right now. This week, there are no divers here in Kemmerer, so they're required to take a 10-minute break. That 10 minutes is about expired. When we get started, we'll pick up right at the 100-meter butterfly. Let's go ahead and run through that event if we could, Elmo.
Okay. We have
I've got the official times. You lost by
1-100.
You lost.
Evanston swimmers in Heat 1, Braddock Brown and Kyler Hoagman, and they don't have times. And we also have from Lyman, Gavin Seal with no time. So that'll be Heat 1, which will be interesting. It's a butterfly. It's a tough event. It's a tough race to swim, and where these guys have no time, we actually don't know what to expect out of them. Then we have Heat 2, which we have some amazing swimmers in there. 2 with no times. Again, Titan Alman from Lyman and Forrest Hegis.
Can someone type in the chat room from Evanston how to pronounce Forrest Hengestad? Hengestad, can they type in it phonetically so we can not mess this up?
Yeah, I'm just going to make a mess of that every time I try.
I'm just calling him Forrest.
And then we have Connor Fackrell, who is already a 3A qualifying time. We have Braden Dearden from Kemmerer with a 4A time. And Connor Dietrich, which we've seen swim already, with another 3A qualifying time. The second heat of this is going to be amazing, but with 5 no times, I'm anxious to see how that turns out. These are going to be good swimmers.
If the trend follows, no times are going to be one of the best swimmers, because if you remember in the 200 freestyle, Wyatt Sawyer had a no time, and we had these two circled, Titan Ailman and Jamar McDowell, as the two to really battle it out, because they were less than a quarter of a second separating them in the seat time. Wyatt Sawyer went and blew the doors off both of them.
Yeah, and they did come in with a really tight time.
Very tight time again.
But for second and third instead of first and second.
Another thing that we should probably point out, you mentioned that Connor Fackrell has a 3A qualifying time. Evanston, though, is in 4A, so he has to qualify at the 4A level. And right now, Connor Fackrell, less than half a second off the pace to qualify. His seed time is a 110.10. You need a 109.63, so he is very, very close.
So if we can get Braden Dearden to set that pace and Connor keep up with him, Connor will qualify for state. And that's a good thing to have. Especially where you've got a 3A and a 4A teams here. It doesn't hurt them to lose to the other one if that other swimmer helps them swim faster than they ever have.
Yeah, absolutely. And then also you also got Dearden is going to be out there, but Fackrell, he's got the second best seed time, and it's not by a lot. He could sneak in there, especially if Dearden loses track of him.
Just 1 second. We've seen 1 second gained or lost by just the excitement of the events coming.
After that, we've got the 100-meter freestyle, where we'll see Lyman's freshman sensation, Bo Buskell. He comes in with a sub-1 minute time, 59.23 for a freshman. How impressive is that result?
That's amazing. That's a kid. He's going to do well in state.
Absolutely. People don't give the rural states when it comes to swimming enough credit, I feel like. All the attention when it comes to high school swimming is over on the coast. But I lived in Alaska for 4 years. High school swimming is the second biggest sport in the state there, period. They have a multitude of All-Americans. And now I come to Wyoming, and you see the times that they're putting down. I mean, this is one of those rare sports where you can directly compare to other kids across the nation because of times. And that 59.23, that is a potential All-American right there.
That's a great time, no matter where you're swimming or who you're swimming with.
All right, it looks like we are ready to get started. We're going to go into the 100-meter butterfly heat 1 in lane 2. Braddock Brown from Evanston, the freshman, in lane 3. Gavin Sill from Lyman, the sophomore, and Kyler Hoagman from Evanston, the freshman, in lane 3. Neither one of them have any times. We don't know what's going to happen, but judging from performances we've seen already, I'm giving the advantage to the sophomore out of Lyman, Gavin Sill.
Oh, I'm gonna say Kyler Hoagman. I saw a real good swim in that other race. I expect him to do a good job, and with no time,
you never know.
My guess is as good as yours.
Exactly. Sill and Hoagman did go head-to-head in the 200-meter IM. Sill took second, Hoagman took third, so it's going to be one of those ones that's close. Also, we cannot count out Braddock Brown. We've seen him earlier today in the 200 freestyle.
And he was in the fast heat of that. He did take fourth place, but he competed well with those fast swimmers.
I think that looking at what race we're about to see, and that's the butterfly, I think you can take a little bit more from the 200 IM than you can from that 100-meter freestyle, because butterfly and freestyle, two completely different games.
Yes.
Here we go. Once again, in lane 2, Brown from Evanston, Sill from Lyman in lane 3, and Hoagman in lane 4. We actually only have 2 swimmers in.
Yeah, Braddock is did not get up to the blocks.
So it is Hoagman versus Sill in the butterfly. Hoagman, this looks like it might be his strongest stroke, as Sill is at the wall first. Hoagman is right behind him. We'll see what kind of turn Hoagman has. Good turn from Hoagman, and Sill, though, still in the lead. However, I just saw some separation of Sill's feet. He loses some power because of that. That might be a chance for Hoagman to jump forward. But Sill still in full control of this one, has about a 3/4 of a body length lead. He's going to stretch that out to body length after this turn.
Yeah, he's got a full body length on Hoagman right now.
It's only 100 meters, so only down and back once more. Sill from Lyman touched the wall at 39, Hoagman at 42. At the wall, headed home is Sill. No time for both of these gentlemen, so either way it's going to be a personal best, which tells you Hoagman, being a freshman, he has never swam this event before, so he's just looking to kind of set a bar here, and it's going to be a pretty impressive one. He did not let Sill out of his sights once. He's maintained that body length down. Sill's going to win it, but Hoagman's not going to be far behind.
No, he's 2 strokes behind.
3 seconds back, it's 130 to 133. Sill over Hoagman. Here's your results from heat number 1. Moving on, heat number 2, we've got Titan Ailman, the senior from Lyman in lane 1, Connor Dietrich, the sophomore from Kemmerer in lane 2, Braden Dearden, the senior from Kemmerer in lane 3, Connor Fackrell, the senior from Evanston in lane 4, and Forrest Hengenstead, hopefully I said that right, the freshman from Evanston in lane 5. See if anyone's told us how to pronounce that.
I may just have to call him Forrest from now on.
Here we go, and out to an early lead is lane 3's Braden Dearden. No surprise there as he is in the fast lane. However, Evanston's Fackrell right on his tail. 3 and 4 is where this race is going to be. However, keep an eye on lane 2. That is Dietrich out of Kemmerer. Touching the wall first is Dearden from Kemmerer at 31.98. Second is Fackrell at 33.88. Third is Dietrich at 34.57.
And then lanes 1 and 5 are really close.
Dietrich, though, is closing down on Fackrell for second place. Dearden looks like he's going to take this one as he is already on his way home. At the wall, it's Fackrell in second with Dietrich in third. Fackrell still out in second. It's going to be a win by Dearden. Cruising into the wall. He hits it. He's first with the time of 110.48 in lane 4. Fackrell should be second. He is at 115 flat.
Dietrich's 117.
Dietrich, yep, 117 in third place. So Fackrell misses out on qualifying for state, just off the mark, but he takes second place. Fourth place is going to go to lane 1 Ailman, and Hengestad, the freshman, will come in with a respectable sub 2-minute time, 145.41. His first time swimming this race, so congratulations to him. Here is your 100 fly results on the Impact Physical Therapy results board. Dearden first, Fackrell second, and Dietrich third, Ailman fourth, Hengestad Steg in fourth. Moving on to our next one, it's the 100-yard freestyle. This one will be fun. Lane 1, Kenyon Lovato out of Evanston, the junior. Lane 2, Tyler O'Driscoll, the sophomore out of Evanston. In lane 3, Bo Buskell, the freshman out of Lyman. Just got some news about him that we'll share in a minute. Hunter Jensen, the junior out of Evanston in lane 4. Aaron Despain, the freshman out of Kemmerer in lane 5. And Wyatt Sawyer, who impressed in the 200 freestyle, the freshman in lane 6. He's the only one without a time in this one. So he's swimming in the big boy heat against some tough competition. So we were wondering early why Bo Buskell hasn't swum the IM or the breast. He had knee surgery on November 17th and won't be released to swim breaststroke until right before state. Still recovering from his surgery when he is 100%. Watch out in every stroke. Thank you, Pauline Fackrell, for that information. So he was recovering from knee surgery. You know, knees and breaststroke, those do not mix, so you've got to be in 100% form in order to have a shot there.
Yeah, that breaststroke puts a lot of pressure on your knee. I can see why they wouldn't want him to swim until state. And even then, he'll probably have to be cleared to swim.
Keep your eye on lane 3, Bo Buskell. He's third from your screen, but also keep an eye on lane 6, Wyatt Sawyer, who could sneak in there. We've seen it happen before. Buskell, though, with a great start, has the lead. It's going to be down and back twice as Buskell at the flip first. In second place is Hunter Jensen from Evanston. So those two are going to battle. Wyatt Sawyer, though,
Wyatt's
keep an eye.
third.
In third place. He could sneak up on everybody if he does it at the turn. 28.66, Bo Buskell. And third, Jensen from Evanston at 50.33. And Sawyer is third at 34.73. Buskell stretching out his lead, headed to the 75-meter mark. Wyatt Sawyer, though, surprising everyone and looks to be in the top 3. Well, we saw Emily Sawyer have an impressive swim on MyLocalRadio.com. It looks like we're seeing the same from little brother Wyatt.
Yes.
Bo Buskell, though.
There's nothing more fun than seeing those lanes 1 and 6, which are seated last, come in and impress you and steal something from the others.
Yeah, well, and speaking of freshmen, Bo Buskell is the king of them all. A 101.13 for first. Sawyer comes in third at 112. Jensen from Evanston comes in second at 15.12. Fourth place is O'Driscoll from Evanston, 121.02. Fifth place is Lovato at 123.72. And Despain from Kemmerer at 125.06. Here are your 100 free results. So Bo Buskell, the Lyman freshman who looks to continue things. I'm assuming that's Brinley Buskell's little brother. We'll have to check in the chat room, see if Grandma Pauline is able to give us any insight on that as we head to the 400 freestyle. It says 500, but this is going to be a long one. Lane 1, Hanky Phillips from Evanston and Kemmerer are in lane 1. Aiden Runyon from Kemmerer in lane 2. Jackson Nichols from Evanston in lane 3. Gage Beechler from Evanston in lane 4. Hanson Bradshaw from Lyman in lane 5, and McCoy Vasakis from Evanston in lane 6. No one is qualified for state except Aiden Runyon in lane 2 for Kemmerer. So it's going to be 400. And again, we've got the lap counters on the end. Taking an early lead is Runyon out of Kemmerer in lane 2. Nichols is second. Beechler is fourth with Bradshaw in third. So right now they are going neck and neck right now. But again, as we talked about earlier, it's not going to be a race that you really push hard at the beginning. However, keep an eye on Hanson Bradshaw in lane 5 and Gage Beechler, it looks like, in lane 2 and 3. So that's Hanson Bradshaw. Or no, that's Aiden Runyon and Jackson Nichols actually running 1 and 2 right now. So Runyon out there without a swim cap. That's why I thought he was Bradshaw. Runyon with the lead, but Nichols close at hand.
Boy, they both have beautiful strokes, long, slow, smooth, and moving fluidly through the water.
Richard Huntsman just confirmed our question. Bo's older sister, that is Brindley Buskell, is committed to swim at San Diego State next year. Yep, we knew that. And so Brindley is a senior. Bo, the brother, is a freshman. It looks like the Buskells are going to rule swimming for a long time to come.
At least another 4 years.
Runyon in the lead, but just barely over Jackson Nichols out of Evanston.
That looks like Jackson's just swimming with him, expecting to beat him later.
Time to qualify for state at 4A, 4:54.13, 5:29.25 for 3A. We're going to go ahead and step aside. Don't worry, you'll still see the race. You'll just see our ads playing in the top left corner on your screen on mylocalradio.com. 1 second.
Yeah, wait 1 second. We just
Jackson
had a lead change.
Took the lead.
Just took the lead on that last turn.
And he's stretching it out.
He is. Yeah, I hated to miss that. This is the best part of this race.
Jackson might have just decided to turn on the jets and try to qualify for Laramie. We'll have the conclusion when we come back after this on a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Lyman and Evanston Swim on mylocalradio.com.
What do you do when you lose a tooth?
Put it under your pillow. Under my pillow. Like a treasure chest so you could put it in.
Why do you do that?
Because then the tooth fairy comes. For the tooth fairy. So the tooth fairy can come get them.
And then what happens?
I get money.
We may not be the tooth fairy, but we can still take care of your teeth. Bear River Dental in Evanston.
Wyoming is unique. When it comes to high school sports, we might travel 6 hours to a game, but when we get there, we know the other team, their parents, and the coaches. Wyoming is like one small town with really long streets. When your travels take you to Evanston, always stay with your friends at the Best Western Dunmar Inn. Clean, comfortable rooms, a restaurant serving healthy, delicious food, and breakfast is always included. If you're bringing the team or following the team, stay with us every time you're in Evanston. The Best Western Dunmar Inn.
Breaking news. Jackson Nichols, the star from Evanston, only a junior, has decided he's going to try to qualify for Laramie in the 500 free as he is out in the lead and he is picking up steam. Only 3 more laps to go. He has got 54 seconds to do those 3 laps. It's going to be very tough, but we'll see what happens.
Boy, he's put on an amazing swim there. He just kicked it on after that second lap. This is his last lap.
He's got a chance. It takes usually a good swimmer a sub-minute to do this. It's going to be difficult, but I think he does mathematically have a chance.
He does, but he's
got to pick it up.
He's got to pick it up a little bit or he won't make it.
He's not going to make it, not today, but you know what? Jackson Nichols came in with a time of 5:03.97. He's got a chance to beat that as he is already on his way home. It's not going to be quite that quick, but first time swimming in a meter pool this year to my knowledge. Pretty good performance there by Jackson Nichols. 5:08.51. He wins the 400 free. Second place was Hanson Bradshaw, who snuck under the radar, only 2 seconds back. 5:10.04. Runyon from Kemmerer takes third at 5:18.21. And the rest of them slowly starting to finish.
Bradshaw, he put on a real spurt there in the end to pull into second.
So Nichols first, Bradshaw second, and Runyon third. Coming in fourth is Beechler from Evanston, 5:34.59. As it looks like lane 1, Hanky Phillips from Evanston is going to take 5th place as he's already on the final lap. Lane 6, McCoy Vasakis is going to be in 6th as he is going to finish up. He's got still one more lap to go, but Jackson Nichols wins it at 5:08.51. Hanson Bradshaw, though, that kind of came out of nowhere.
That did.
Only 2 seconds back, 5:10.04. Let's take the time checking on our My Local Radio chat room. Yep. Big thank you to Richard Huntsman, Becky Lovato, Jeffrey Phillips, and Pauline Fackrell for joining us on the stream. Oh, we just got Charles Lalington. Nice 500 race from the sprinter, Hanson Bradshaw. Yeah, that's one thing I was going to mention. Hanson Bradshaw, more built like a sprinter as he just walked past us. He is a big dude, and it's not his forte to swim the 500. Bradshaw owned the 50 free earlier and just showed that he can do both the 50 and the 500 apparently.
Yeah, that's a real effort, especially as close as those two races have been. He just swam that 50, and then we had the break, one race, and here we go into this.
Vasquez tags up in 6th at 7:11.64. So that is how it finishes up here in the 400-meter freestyle. Now we get to go to a fun one. You always love this one. It's the 200 freestyle relay. Each leg is a 50-yard sprint. It's fast, it's crazy, and honestly, it's going to be a very close race between the Lyman A team and the Evanston A team. Lyman comes in with a 150.08, Evanston a 150.70. In lane 2, Kemmerer with Braden Dearden, Darren Smith, Camden Killian, and Aiden Runyon. In
That's
lane
155.
3,
they will be good.
In lane 3, you've got Carter Huntsman leading it off for Lyman, Bo Buskell, Tyden Hill, Hanson Bradshaw will swim the anchor leg for Evanston's A in lane 4. Braddock Brown, Gavin Browning, Kyler Hoagman, and Hanky Phillips. And Evanston's B in lane 5. Jamar McDowell, Tyler O'Driscoll, Forrest Hengstad, and Kenyon Lovato.
We got a tight race there on the first leg. Lanes 2 and 3.
Yep, Kemmerer and Lyman going neck and neck. That was Braden Dearden and Carter Huntsman. I was looking at my heat sheet. I look up, and all of a sudden, they're right at each other. Kemmerer, though, with an early lead. Third place is Evanston's A team with Gavin Branning in the water right now. He'll get ready to hand off to Kyler Hoagman. But look at the stroke by Darren Smith out of Kemmerer, just absolutely laying it all out there. And Lyman and Kemmerer are neck and neck at this one.
Oh, and they're evenly matched on each leg so far.
Camden Gillian just went in for Kemmerer, Tyne Hill for Lyman. Evanston just sent in Kyler Hoagman. And the Evanston team has Forrest Hengensteg. Lyman has taken the lead thanks to a great swim by Tyden Hill, and he's going to hand it off to the man who just finished second in the 500 free, Hanson Bradshaw, to close it down. We'll see how much he's got left in the tank. Lyman's at first, Kemmerer's at second. Bradshaw with a great start, and he's already stretching it out with that start alone.
Oh, that was a great start there with Bradshaw. Wow.
Evanston just sends in Hanky Phillips for the anchor leg, and Bradshaw is already headed home. He just swam 400 meters in 5 minutes and 10 seconds, and now he's going to own the anchor leg of this relay. What a performance by Hanson Bradshaw.
Wow, that is impressive.
Coming home in second place is going to be Kemmerer's Aiden Runyon. Third place, though, look at the swim put on here by Hanky Phillips. Kemmerer had a big lead. Evanston was able to close that one down to about 8 seconds. Evanston's B with Kenyon Lovato getting ready to finish it up. And he does with the time, 2:27.53.
Hanky Phillips really gained on that. If that had been a longer race, he might have caught second place.
Maybe. Now we move on to the 100-meter breaststroke. When we did the Evanston invite, this was the closest race that we had seen. 3/100ths of a second separating Brindley Buskell and Phillips out of Rock Springs. Well, now that record's been beat at 100th of a second in our first race of the day, the 200 medley relay. Not going to tell you who won that. You can go back and watch that yourself later on. It was one not to be missed. So in the 100-meter backstroke, Jamar McDowell from Evanston in lane 1, Jackson Lanalan from Lyman in lane 2, Bo Buskell, the favorite, overwhelming in lane 3, Darren Smith from Kemmerer in lane 4, Hunter Jensen from Evanston in lane 5, and Rogers Cooper from Lyman in lane 6.
Second, third, and fourth look like their seed times. This could be a real race for that. A real tough second place win.
And to absolutely no one's surprise, Bo Buskell goes out to a big lead. I tell you what, since this is both the Lyman and an Evanston broadcast, we are going to give Adam McKay Franklin Precision Swim for both teams. Don't know if I'm going to give it to Buskell or Hansen at this point, but the freshman stretching it out. He's got a big lead. I can already comfortably say he's going to win the 100 freestyle. However, this race for second is heating up.
Lanes 2, 4, and 5 are shoulder to shoulder.
Lanalan from Lyman, Smith from Kemmerer, and Jensen from Evanston are those guys shoulder to shoulder. Looks like Smith barely had the lead at third, as Buskell already at the 75-yard mark, and he is going to win this race, no problem. He comes in with a personal best of 1:08.65. Not going to beat it, but he knows he's already qualified for state, as he is going to put the brakes on and come in with a 1:14.73. Now the race for second begins. It looks like Lanalan from Lyman has pulled ahead. Lanalan out touches the field. Jensen from Evanston takes third. Fourth place is Smith from Kemmerer. And fifth place is going to be Cooper from Lyman. McDowell from Evanston is going to wrap up the top 6. What a race by Bo Buskell. Wow. So that is pronounced Lalatin. Thank you, Charles Lalatin, for giving us that. So Lalatin will take second place. He out touches Jensen from Evanston. Let's go ahead and give you the results. Actually, no, we still have Cooper that's going to finish up.
That's a good time to show the score there.
Yep. There's your 100 back results as Cooper is about to finish up for Lyman. Buskell, no surprise, wins it for Lyman. Lalatin takes second for Lyman. Jensen for the Red Devils comes in third. Smith from Kemmerer takes fourth. And McDowell from Evanston takes fifth, with Cooper finishing sixth. Now we move on to my personal favorite event, just because this was what I did, the 100-yard breaststroke. And it's going to be a good one. First is going to be Heat 1, featuring Gavin Branding from Evanston, McCoy Vasakis from Evanston, and Tyler O'Driscoll from Evanston. That's 2, 3, and 4 in that order. So an all Evanston race here in the 100 breaststroke. Branding with a no time, Vasakis with a 1:44.50, and O'Driscoll with a 2 flat, as they just got called off the blocks. What happened there?
Looks like they're having a problem with the starting. Now they're ready to go again. They need to get a 1:18.26 for a 4A qualifying time. That's the target for all of these boys.
And we're underway here in the 100-yard breaststroke. Good start in lane 2 by Gavin Branning. He has not swum this event yet, but closing it down is Vasakis. He is now taking a lead. Third place, O'Driscoll. 3 Red Devils going at it in a pool in Kemmerer. At the 25-yard mark, it is Vasakis. O'Driscoll starting to put on the pressure to Branning.
Branning has no time. He's just trying to stay with the others, but he's doing a great job of it. Hold on to second place.
Still within a body length, too, depending on what he can do in the final 25. He might have a real chance to kind of close some things down, but the turn by Vasakis might be able to stretch it out enough, but look at the speed by Branning and O'Driscoll. They're not letting him go.
A little pride here. These are all on the same team, but they're swimming for pride, for bragging rights on the way home.
Yeah, exactly. Right now, Vasakis has his fist wrapped around it. We'll see what he does in the final 25 meters. But look at the speed poured on by Branning. O'Driscoll hanging on as well. But it looks like it's going to be a battle between Branning and Vasakis. Branning closing it down.
He's doing a great job. He's gaining. They're shoulder to shoulder.
Branning now into the lead, just barely. Branning is going to touch him. Yes!
He did. Oh, wow.
142.78 to 143.67. Vasakis comes in second. O'Driscoll comes in third with a 149 flat. And I believe that is a best for O'Driscoll. Congratulations, young man. Wow.
That's the best for all of them.
11-second drop for O'Driscoll. And then, Vasakis with the best time. We're already on to heat number 2, the varsity heat. Nichols from Evanston in lane 1, Huntsman from Lyman in lane 2, Dearden from Kemmerer in lane 3, Killian from Kemmerer in lane 4, Hill from Lyman in lane 5, and Phillips from Evanston in lane 6. Keep your eye on lane 1, Jackson Nichols, and yep, he is indeed the last to come up. He might be going for a win here himself. It's going to be hard to supplant Gage Beechler as the precision swim of the day, but if Nichols can come up with big wins, as actually it's not Nichols in the lead, it is lane 3 is Dearden from Kemmerer. Dearden, wow. With a very strong and efficient breaststroke, he tags up at 37.14. Second place is Huntsman from Lyman at 39.69. Third place is Killian from Kemmerer, and then Nichols in fourth or fifth. It looks like it's too close to call. Man, look at the pouring on from Dearden in lane 3. Fantastic swim. He's already headed home, and Dearden is going to be the king of the 100 breaststroke at his own pool. Second place looks like Killian from Kemmerer. However, keep your eye on Huntsman from Lyman. He may challenge for second. It's going to be Dearden from Kemmerer in first. Second place is going to be close. It does look like it is Killian for a Kemmerer 1-2. Huntsman in third. And coming in fourth, Nichols pours on the speed at the end to get fourth. Out touches Hill from Lyman to get fifth. And here are your results. Dearden wins with a 1-2-1-6-1. It'll be second place for Killian out of Kemmerer, 125.15. Third place, Huntsman from Lyman, 126.61. Fourth place, Nichols from Evanston with a 132.61. And fifth place, Hill from Lyman with a 132.82. And now we are all ready to our final event of the day. Wow. The 4x100 freestyle relay. Lane 1, you've got Lyman A with Titan Ailman, Jackson Lolliton, Gavin Sill, and Titan Hill. Evanston's A team with Connor Thackrell, Hunter Jensen, Gage Beechler, and Jackson Nichols in lane 3. Kemmerer's A team with Aiden Runyon, Connor Diedrich, Aaron Despain, and Braden Dearden in lane 4. And Evanston's B team with Braddock Brown, Wyatt Sawyer, and Forrest Hegstead, as well as McCoy Vasakis in lane 5. Here we go. It's a 4x100, so it'll be down and back twice. In an early lead is Evanston A. How about that? Looks like Connor Thackrell. Or sorry, no, that's they don't use lane 1, so that kind of threw me off. It's lane 4. Kemmerer A with a 3.052, 3.243. Second place, Evanston A. Evanston B is in third. Lyman A is in fourth. Kemmerer with a great swim by Aiden Runyon, the senior.
We just saw Braden Dearden with a tremendous swim in that breaststroke, and he's swimming the anchor leg for Kemmerer in lane 4. We'll see if that affects him. that's a pretty close lead. Those guys will have to maintain the whole way.
Kemmerer tags up with 105.45. Evanston 107.70. Kemmerer hands off to Darren Smith. Kemmerer hands off to Connor Diedrich. Evanston to Hunter Jensen. Keep an eye, though, on Lyman A. They may be in a bit of trouble, but they are going to bring it back. Stretching out the lead is Kemmerer, though. 137.55. Great swim here by Connor Diedrich.
Hunter Jensen is staying right with him. They've got just about a one body length of lead is all.
And then the good news is if Evanston can keep it close, they hand it off to Gage Beechler, who won on the freestyle leg, and then Jackson Nichols. Gage Beechler was the one who out-touched Carter Smith in the 4x200 individual medley relay. So if he can keep it close, they got a chance. Here we go. Into the water for Kemmerer is Aaron Despain, Gage Beechler for Evanston, and he's already, you can tell, moving quick. Good news is after Beechler is done, they'll hand off to the star, Jackson Nichols. Still holding the lead for Kemmerer, though, is Aaron Despain, the freshman. Wow. But here comes Beechler.
Shoulder to shoulder now.
Beechler, with still another 50 yards to go, is going to take the lead just barely. Look at that, 246.40 to 246.78. Beechler now starting to stretch his lead out. Third place, still waiting for that to happen, is now Lyman A, who has Gavin Sill in the water. Evanston B with Forrest in the water right now. Beechler now out to 3/4 of a body length and growing. And he's going to hand off to Jackson Nichols. Evanston may get the chance to win this one on the back of their star. But I tell you what, Gage Beechler, today a star is born. Jackson Nichols goes into the water for the leg, a full 5 seconds ahead of Kemmerer.
Wow.
Gage Beechler, what a performance he has put in the relays today. Nichols already at the 25-yard mark, and Evanston stretching out the lead. Third place is Lyman A as they send in their man, Tyden Hill.
Kemmerer's Braden Bearden just won the breaststroke. We'll see how much he has left in the tank. He was breathing pretty heavy at the end of that other race.
Evanston just put in McCoy Vasakis for their B team, but Nichols is already almost to the 75-yard mark. Jackson Nichols is going to win the 4x100 freestyle relay for Evanston. Gage Beechler, though, put him in position to do it. What a swim by Nichols and Beechler today, though.
Oh, they've done great.
Nichols, no one in sight, touches the wall, and Evanston wins with a 4:27.60. So the Red Devils end the day on top. Kemmerer comes in second with a 4:37.20. And in third place, it looks like Lyman A will probably be tagging up third, still waiting for them.
Yeah, this is their last
Yep, here
touch.
he comes. It is Tyden Hill to end the day for Lyman, which means Evanston still has their B team out there. McCoy Vasakis. Why don't you go ahead and, Alyssa, why don't you go ahead and get McCoy finishing here, since he is the final swimmer of the day, as he is coming home on the final length. We'll see if they announce the team scores, but at the same time, the team scores matter, but at the same time, it's all about individual pursuits and having that team to support you as you do it.
Yeah, at this time in the season, everyone's trying to set a time that's going to qualify him for state.
Vasakis tags up fourth place, 5:28.88 for the Red Devils. And that is going to do it from this invite in Kemmerer. Wowee, good googly moogly. What a morning here in Kemmerer.
It's just
so third. So they just announced the team score. In third place, Kemmerer with 63. Second place, Lyman with 70. And Evanston wins with a score of 85. The Red Devils are victorious here in Kemmerer. Wow, what a morning. What a morning. And it's only 11:30. We got started late. So once things got going, they really started cranking down some things. So,
well, it started out with a great race. It finished with a great race.
Absolutely. Evanston winning both of them. They bookend it with victories, and that's not the only victory they got today. Well, the girls, they said they're building up their talent. For the boys, the talent is here and ready to roll.
We've got some great freshman talent that posted good times here.
Absolutely.
Surprising times.
Here are the relay results. Evanston A wins it with a 2:27.60 thanks to Gage Beechler and Jackson Nichols, who combined to put that one away. Second place is Kemmerer A with the time of 4. Wow, a 10-second victory, 4:37 to 4:27.20. Lyman A with 4:54.38, and Evanston B with the time 4:28.88. We're going to step aside. When we come back, we'll have our post game on a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Red Devil and Eagle Swim on mylocalradio.com.
For more than 10 years, the professional and friendly staff at Mountain West Business Solutions has been serving customers in Wyoming and Utah. Our professional technicians live and work in communities across both states. This way, we're able to provide quick, quality service to all of our customers. We serve businesses of all sizes, and we also provide service and supplies for HP printers. Call us today to see how we can help with all your printing and copying needs. Mountain West Business Solutions, a local company with a toll-free number, 866-583-9925.
Do you really think you can get a better deal on a vehicle in the city? Poppycock! Rocky Mountain Yeti is hungry for your business and will beat any bona fide deal on any vehicle, or they'll give it to you as a gift. Now that's legendary. Rocky Mountain Yeti Evanston, home of the 20-year, 200,000-mile legendary warranty, where legendary customer service is not a myth.
What do you do when you lose a tooth?
Put it under your pillow. Under my pillow. Like a treasure chest so you could put it in.
Why do you do that?
Because then the tooth fairy comes for the tooth fairy. So the tooth fairy can come get them.
And then what happens?
I get money.
We may not be the tooth fairy, but we can still take care of your teeth. Bear River Dental in Evanston.
When your vehicle needs new tires, any tire store can get you back on the road. But only Plains Tire can get you rolling again with the peace of mind that you were treated well, paid a fair price, and that you'll be taken care of for the life of the tire. At Plains Tire, trained tire technicians mount and expertly balance your new tires, replace the valve stems, and hand check each lug nut to make sure it's all tight and secure. Plus, you'll get lifetime alignment checks and tire rotations only at Plains Tire, 157 Bear River Drive, Evanston. Visit plainstire.com.
Wow-wee, what a morning here in Kemmerer. It's time for your Jimmy John's Freakin' Fast Recap, brought to you by Jimmy John's on 113 Front Street in Evanston, where fast and fresh meat. Joining me is Elmo Smith. Elmo, we had a great time covering the girls' invite in Evanston. I think we had just as good, if not better, of a time being here in Kemmerer this morning.
Oh, this was great. We talked about it while we were off the air, but what a great way to start with a tight race, just the closest race you've seen in a long time, and then finish with Evanston also winning that last race, the bookends, as you said it.
Yeah.
What a great way. Plus, so many personal bests. We saw them right and left everywhere all through the whole race.
And stars were born today. Let's go ahead and run through it. First, you talk about that great race. Evanston and Lyman. The scoreboard was not working. We had no idea how close it was for the better part of about 20 minutes. We found out at the break, and it could not have been any closer. Evanston's Gage Beechler outtouched Lyman's Carter Huntsman by 1/100th of a second to win the 4x200 individual medley relay for the Red Devils. Just wow. Wow.
and it was every bit as exciting as it sounds.
Oh, yeah.
The lead changed 3 times in that race, and it was beautiful.
Absolutely. So the team of Evanston, Jackson Nichols, Hunter Jensen, Connor Fackrell, and Gage Beechler victorious in that one. In second place is Lyman's A team by 1/100th of a second. Bo Buskell, Hanson Bradshaw, Jackson Lolliton, and Carter Huntsman. Third place was Kemmerer's A team. Darren Smith, Camden Killian, Connor Diedrich, and Aaron Despain. Moving on to event number 2, the boys 200-meter freestyle. And we saw Emily Sawyer explode at the Evanston Invite. Her little brother Wyatt was not to be missed. Came in to this race with a no time. The other 2 times, all within half a second of each other. But Wyatt Sawyer absolutely owned Heat 1 of the 200-meter freestyle. A first place for him, second place for Evanston's Jamar McDowell, and Titan Alman comes in third. In the big heat, the big guns, it was won by Connor Diedrich out of Kemmerer. Second place was Lyman's Titan Hill, and Kemmerer's Darren Smith takes third place. Moving on to the boys, 200-meter IM. Camden Killian from Kemmerer takes second. Gavin Sill from Lyman takes third, and Kyler Hoagman from Evanston takes third. In the varsity meet, I guess heat is what we'll call it, Kemmerer's Aiden Runyon takes first. Lyman's Carter Huntsman takes second. Evanston's Gage Beechler takes third, and Connor Fackrell from the Red Devils takes fourth. Then we had a break. Then we had the 50 freestyle, and then Kenyon Lovato wins it in Heat 1. Forrest Hengesteg takes second, and Rogers Cooper takes third. In the big heat, it was Lyman's Hanson Bradshaw who owned everybody in the pool. Second place was Jackson Lolliton and Gavin Branding. But man, Hanson Bradshaw just came out of the blocks exploding and would not be stopped.
No one was even close right from the start, right off the blocks.
And it's very typical for this race to be won by less than a second, and he won by about 3 or 4 seconds, if my memory serves me correctly. It was a great performance. Then we had a break. That's when we found out about the 200-meter medley relay. Evanston wins by 1/100th of a second. Unbelievable. Titan Ailman would win the 100-meter butterfly. Connor Fackrell takes second, and Connor Diedrich takes third. It looks like in the first one, I can't remember off the top of my head. I want to say Gavin Sill was first, Braddock Brown was second, and Kyler Hoagman. No, that's right. Braddock Brown did not swim it. Gavin Sill and Kyler Hoagman faced off in the first heat. Gavin Sill won that event. Kyler Hoagman took second. And then again in the big heat with the people who are the varsity swimmers at this level, Braden Dearden of Kemmerer takes first. Connor Fackrell from Evanston takes second. And Connor Diedrich from Kemmerer takes third. Moving on to the 100-meter freestyle, only one heat, and it was owned by Bo Buskell. Second place, Hunter Jensen. Third place, Wyatt Sawyer, who has had himself a very sneakily good meet today. Tyler O'Driscoll in fourth, and Kenyon Lovato in fifth, with Aaron Despain in sixth. For the 400-meter freestyle, Jackson Nichols turns it on just before the halfway point and owns the 400-meter freestyle. Second place was Hanson Bradshaw, who actually turned it on at the very end and only lost by 2 seconds to Nichols. And again, keep in mind, Bradshaw is a sprinter. He takes second place. Third place, Aiden Runyon from Kemmerer. Fourth place, Gage Beechler from Evanston. Fifth place, Hanky Phillips from Evanston. And sixth place, McCoy Vasikis from Evanston. Into the 200-meter freestyle relay, it was won by Lyman's A team featuring Carter Huntsman, Bo Buskell, Titan Hill, and then Hanson Bradshaw right after swimming 500 meters, closes down the relay to win it for Lyman. Second place was Kemmerer's A team with Braden Dearden, Darren Smith, Camden Killian, and Aiden Runyon. In third place, Evanston's A team with Braddock Brown, Gavin Brown, and Kyler Hoagman, and Phillips Hankey. Moving on to the breaststroke, it was won by Bo Buskell out of Lyman. Backstroke, won by Bo Buskell out of Lyman with a great performance. Jackson Lolliton, his teammates, take second. Hunter Jensen from Evanston wraps up the top three. Darren Smith from Kemmerer takes fourth. Jamar McDowell from Evanston takes fifth, and Rogers Cooper from Lyman takes sixth. Into the 100-yard breaststroke, 2 heats. The first heat was won by Gavin Branning, who turned it on and just outtouched McCoy Vasikis for second. Tyler O'Driscoll takes third in the all-Evanston heat. Going to heat number 2, it was won by Braden Dearden, who takes first. Camden Killian from Kemmerer takes second, so it's a Kemmerer 1-2. Carter Huntsman from Lyman takes third. Jackson Nichols from Evanston takes fourth. Tyden Hill from Lyman takes fifth, and Phillips Hankey from Evanston takes sixth. And that brings us to our final event. Connor Fackrell and Hunter Jensen put them in position. Gage Beechler closed it down, and Jackson Nichols cruised to the win. Evanston's A-team wins the 4x100 meter freestyle relay. Second place was Kemmerer's Aiden Runyon, Connor Diedrich, Aaron Despain, and Braden Dearden. Third place was Lyman's Titan Allman, Jackson Lawlerton, Gavin Sill, and Tyden Hill. That is your Jimmy John's Freaky Fast Recap, brought to you by Jimmy John's on 113 Front Street, where they spend 6 hours daily slicing all natural meats and fresh veggies for your 30-second sandwich. Again, that is Jimmy John's on 113 Front Street in Evanston. When we come back, we're going to talk about what's coming up next for Evanston Sports, and then we're going to give out our Dr. McKay Frankum Precision Play of the Game, or Precision Swimmers of the Meet, I guess is what we'll call it today, on a First Bengal Wyoming presentation of Red Devil and Eagle Swim on mylocalradio.com.
America keeps moving, and Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to help you keep rolling. Whether you need a brand new vehicle or service on one you already own, Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to lend a helping hand. Our certified mechanics are knowledgeable, and our sales team takes the time to get to know you and what your needs are. Stop in today, Auto Farm Chevrolet, 624 Front Street, Evanston. Evanston's community-driven dealer.
In May of 2019, Uintah County School District Number 1 became the first school district in Wyoming to achieve a certified level 1 on high reliability schools by the Rosanna Leadership Center. We're focusing on 3 levels. Level 1 is a safe and collaborative culture. Level 2, effective teaching in every classroom. And Level 3 is a guaranteed and viable curriculum. We are certified level 1 in safe and collaborative culture. This is Superintendent Ryan Thomas. Congratulations to everyone in our district. Keep up the great work.
Uintah County School District Number 1, Pathway to Excellence.
Evanston Regional Hospital is an affiliate of the University of Utah Health. Our partnership builds on a long tradition of collaboration between Evanston Regional Hospital and University of Utah Health. Inside these doors, our dedicated staff is committed to being your caring partner in your healthcare journey. Whether you need an MRI or surgery, are expecting a new baby, or you're having a heart attack, Evanston Regional Hospital is here to help. Evanston Regional Hospital. Healing begins here.
If you can't give your dentist a 5-star rating, then you ought to consider making your next dental appointment with Dr. McKay Frankum. One patient said, "The best experience I've ever had at a dentist." Other customer comments include 5 stars plus. And not only is Dr. Frankum the best dentist I've ever been to, but I can actually afford to have dental work done by Dr. Frankum. Make your next dental visit a 5-star experience. Call for an appointment today at 307-789-8910.
Well, what a morning. First, let's go ahead and go to our Red Devil calendar to let you know what events are coming up for Evanston in this week. So, January 4th, school is back in session. We also have first practice for the high school indoor track team and middle school boys basketball. At 3 o'clock on Monday, we have a boys basketball 7th grade practice. So I believe that's the first of the year. Tuesday, January 5th, a Uintah Meadows Elementary music concert. It'll be kindergarten at 6 o'clock. Wednesday, January 6th, Uintah Meadows again back in action. A music concert. It'll be a first grade concert at 6 o'clock. Thursday, January 7th, Uintah Meadows will have 2nd grade at 6 o'clock. And then on a time yet to be determined, there will be a varsity wrestling duel between Evanston and Kemmerer right here at Kemmerer. On Friday, January 8th, a busy day. We've got basketball girls JV game and varsity game times to be determined. At Cheyenne East, we will have both the boys and the girls games on mylocalradio.com and KNYN. Stay tuned for those times a little bit later. All right, now let's go ahead and move on to our Dr. McKay Frankum Precision Swimmer of the Meet. And since this is billed as both a Lyman and an Evanston broadcast, we are going to give out one for Lyman and one for Evanston. Let's start off with Lyman. And this one was a little bit more difficult because both Bo Buskell, the freshman, and Hanson Bradshaw, the senior, had great swims. But we're going to go ahead and give it to Hanson Bradshaw. I mean, the fact that he dominated the 50 free, dominated the 4x100 freestyle relay right after having a great performance in the 400-meter freestyle. That just shows you what kind of swimmer he is.
He did a great job. He had a great meet, and he certainly deserves that. Probably had the best meet of his career so far.
The senior will be moving on to other things after this year, but Hanson Bradshaw is your Dr. McKay Frankum Precision Swimmer of the meet for Lyman. Brought to you by Dr. McKay Frankum Precision Dentistry for the entire family at affordable prices. Call 307-789-8910. And for Evanston, it's got to go to Gage Beechler.
It has to go to Gage. Gage made the difference in every time he hit the water.
Both relays. He won the okay, so you know exactly where I may be going with this, but in 2008, the 4x100 relay in the Olympics, you had Jason Lezak who jumped in and closed it down. That's what that reminded me of. It was Evanston was down when he went in the water. He made it even and then out-touched Carter Smith. It was an amazing performance and the easy pick for your Dr. McKay Frankum Precision Swim of the meet.
Absolutely.
Again, that is Dr. McKay Frankum Precision Dentistry for the entire family at reasonable rates. Call 307-789-8910 today. Well, that is going to do it. Oh, one more thing, recapping it. We forgot to mention it in our Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap. The team scores. Kemmerer 63 comes in third. Lyman 70 comes in second. And Evanston wins it with 85. Those are your final scores on the Impact Physical Therapy team scoreboard. That is going to do it for our broadcast here from Kemmerer. On behalf of our camera person, the great Alyssa McDaniel, as well as my broadcast partner, Elmo Smith, I'm Elan saying we'll see you next time the ball flies, which will be right here on My Local Radio and KNYN 99.1 on the radio when Evanston basketball goes to Cheyenne East this coming Friday. Thank you so much and take care.
You've been tuned to a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Evanston High School Sports on KNYN 99.1 FM with video online at mylocalradio.com. Today's special presentation of Evanston Sports has been brought to you by Auto Farm Chevrolet, Dr. McKay Frankum DDS, West Star Printing, T-Bar S Body Shop, The Best Western Dunmar Inn and Legal Tender Restaurants, Hoover Chiropractic, Mountain West Business Solutions, Rocky Mountain Yeti, Evanston Regional Hospital, the Come On in Casper, Rocky Mountain Sign, Bear River Dental, Plains Tire, Uinta County School District Number 1, Ellingford Brothers, and by Freeway Tire. The preceding is a wholly owned production of MyLocalRadio.com and Cook Brothers Broadcasting, no portion of which may be used or rebroadcast without the express written consent of Old West Media Incorporated. Our executive producer is Val Cook. We'd also like to thank Office Manager Kayleen Anderson and our Sales Manager Julie Burley, along with Rich's Matthew Peterson and the Valley's Cullen Holt, and Production Assistant Alyssa McDaniel. Biggest thanks to our sponsors and to you for tuning in. We invite you to visit mylocalradio.com for archived games and past interviews with Red Devil players and coaches. Like My Local Radio Sports on Facebook and stay up to date with all the games and information. Thank you for joining us on this First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Evanston Red Devil Sports on KNYN 99.1 FM and on mylocalradio.com. Until next time, go Devils!